Okay, we're back with another one. We all know the drill. Book reviews. So, this one was one I saw the cover and it was like, I can get into this. It's called The Witch and the Tsar. It is a retelling of Baba Yaga, its history into a very interesting way of looking at it. And in this, Baba Yaga is not this old biddy that, you know, is portrayed in so much of media, especially, for example, for those of us millennials who grew up on Anastasia. If you remember Bartok the Magnificent, we had to deal with old Baba Yaga in that. And so this is not that. This is not that. This is Baba Yaga basically fighting her half-sister who lives in the underworld and is head of the underworld, I guess is what you could call it. She's evil, and they are kind of the balance of the universe. And this is basically a story about, there's a love story in it. There is a love story in it. But it is basically the struggle between good and evil and how to keep that balance going. So, extremely good. I just, the words don't describe how I felt about this. I'm usually someone who doesn't absolutely love a lot of time jumps in the books. I really struggled and actually didn't end up finishing The Last Wish, which is like the book that I was recommended to start with, to start reading the Witcher books. And while I did not enjoy it, it did prep me for the show. But in this case, I really have enjoyed how this book was done. There's the story, there's the interludes kind of that really give you the some history and stuff like that. And most of the story follows Baba Yaga. But then, like I said, you have the interludes who kind of go in and talk about the land of the dead, things like that. So you kind of get the world building that first person point of view books don't actually give you, because these are not first person point of views. And the reason I say that is because as much as I loved Discovery of Witches, Adao is one of my favorite book series I've ever read, next to Practical Magic and The Lord of the Rings. But we only knew as much as Diana knew because it was all written in first person. And the show, because it's not possible to do that, I mean, it is possible, but they chose not to go that route. We learned a lot more about what was going on around Diana outside of her world, her little vacuum with Matthew for the most part. And for me, that's kind of what this author did, was they took and they told the story. It is following Baba Yaga, but we learn a lot through pieces that were just given and things that we learn through people that visit Baba Yaga in the story. But it was an absolute joy to read. This will not be staying on my bookshelf. I really want to share it with the world and kind of get it out there. So this one will actually be going to McKay's, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if there was ever to be more books by this author, and I'm actually going to take her name down and actually see if I can't find more by her, because I really enjoyed her writing style, I will most likely read them. This was just like, I saw, to be honest, what drew me in was I saw the artwork for the front, I saw the title, and I was like, now this can go a million ways just based on the title. And then I read the synopsis in the front, and it paints the perfect picture of the story. And it's just, it follows Ivan the Terrible, that's the Tsar in this, who, by the way, if you didn't know, apparently, I don't know how historically accurate this is, but was married to an Anastasia, apparently. fun facts. I'm actually probably gonna Google that and like verify myself on that, but like in this book, he's married to an Anastasia, so it was like really interesting to see that. And I honestly loved it. 10 out of 10. Just because it's not staying on my bookshelf doesn't mean anything. I have limited capacity for books, and so it has to be something that I truly will reread at a later date. So right now, I don't feel that this is a reread. If it is a reread, I'll just get a paperback copy of it later down the road. But yeah, it was absolutely enjoyable. And again, I really want to see if Miss Gilmore has more books, because I think her writing style is amazing, and I think I need to read more of her stuff. So there you go.